So this is my lovely favourite saddle made by SES Saddlers, and although it doesn't look it in this photograph, or this video rather, it does actually sit a bit low at the back. So this is on my horse with no numner, but I'm going to put on now in the next clip the numner, and I'm going to show you how I have improvised to make it help me out when I ride. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So this is the numner that I had made to fit my side saddle. It's a natural wool numner, and it's been shaped to fit my saddle, but I wanted it to be a little bit higher at the back. So what I've done is I've stitched in this pocket here, sewed by hand, round the edge, and I've left the hem here, so it saved me hemming this bit. And then in here I've got part of a nice quality saddle pad, so it's lined with this quilted cotton and then with wool, and I've actually cut the middle out of it because it was a bit too wide, and then re-stitched it to make sure that there's no pressure over the horse's spine. So this all tucks in nicely, and then if I can get this right, I'll then put a few more stitches just to hold everything together. When I cut the saddle pad, I actually cut it in layers so that you'll see that the wool part is longer than the quilted bit, so that I haven't got a step and the horse is just getting a natural smooth progression from the thicker part, so it gets thicker, thinner, 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 and then it just goes to that. So I'm going to put my side saddle on now, and we'll have another look. So here we are again with the saddle put on properly and all girthed up, and I've got that wedge, very slight raising pad that I've made, which is in this pocket here. So I've stitched this on. I finished it here. In hindsight, I should have finished it here, but because this numner was made to fit this saddle, you should really just see the tiniest bit of sheepskin all the way round, so hopefully you won't see it at all. I think it has raised it up at the back, and hopefully that's going to be sufficient. So if we have a look at the saddle from the back, before you mount, the saddle should be sitting slightly over to the right. I use that buckle in the middle to gauge where it is, so it should be sitting slightly, let me try and do it with the camera for you, like that. And I'm happy that that is how it is. And then if we come round to this side, actually I think my Wickham pad has slipped back a tiny bit. I don't think we should be seeing this, so I'll adjust that in a moment. And also this I think could come forwards a bit, relieving any pressure here. So I'm still happy that the saddle is sitting nicely level from front to back, but I'm going to have a ride now and see how it feels. One thing I did want to point out to you is that this has got an outside girthing system on a modern saddle. So I had this beautiful old-fashioned three-fold girth converted into a houblon girth. That means it's got this leather piece behind. It sits behind the buckles and protects the saddle flap. I also had the buckles changed to these high quality brass buckles, so it looks so much smarter. This is the balance strap, and this actually attaches to the Sefton girth, or this is a term, although this is a term that isn't used often these days. Generally people call the whole thing a balance strap, but actually this is a balance strap and this is a Sefton girth. And once again I had the buckles changed so that they're brass, they match up, and when your saddle is adjusted to fit your horse. Ideally, these buckles should all line up. Just look smarter and easier on the eye. Let's see how we go. I'm going to go and have a ride. So I've had a quick ride and it was a dream, an absolute dream. When I first got on, it felt as if I could just stay on there for the whole day. But as I kept riding, I could just feel that I needed a little bit more support under my left seat bone here. So what I'm going to do this evening is put in a shim, but I'm actually going to put it either down here, or as it's only a tiny bit, I might put it in here. But I really want to keep all the adjustments down here so that they're safe in this pocket and they're out of sight and they look really neat and tidy. So next time I do a video for you, I am going to reset my Wickham pad so that you can't see it. It just seems to be sitting a bit far forward on the offside. And I'm just going to get the number pulled forwards a bit so that you can't see this, which would be the lining, but actually it's now my little pocket. But I'm really pleased with that. It's a really good start. Flute has been the true superstar, I'll confess now. She is actually the Otmore bog monster, but you know, when she goes in the show ring, she will shine like no other. Whilst I'm here, you might like to have a look at the arena. This is Manor Farm at Murcott, which is my home, and this is where the Side Saddle Association novice show is going to be held. We have these wonderful views across Otmore, so please do come on Sunday the 16th of April. It's really friendly, lots of help and support, and with these beautiful backgrounds you'll get a fantastic photograph. Thanks for watching. Bye. One other thing just to mention in this video, now that I've made these minor adjustments that I'm more than happy with, I'm going to book a lesson with one of my instructors and just get their approval really, and just make sure that they're happy with everything. And of course they get the opportunity to see how I ride, whereas I can't video myself. So the input from an instructor is just so important, and you can find one in your area by looking at the Side Saddle Association website. That was Flute just saying good night. Hey, you good girlie? You are a good girl, aren't you? You're not more bog donkey, hey? You're a superstar, you are.